Hi all, Kelly of Kelbell Studio here with February's paper wardrobe project. This is nothing short of divine. Here she is. This is a vintage corset. I found a picture of a corset which I have now posted in the right sidebar of my blog so you can see what the original image looks like, but isn't this scrumptious? Ooh, I can hear you drooling from here. So this is what we're going to make. And the first thing you're going to need is your template, and we'll get started and I'll show you what that looks like and where you can get it. So this is the template you'll get for February. This can be found on my blog. I'll leave a link in the video as well as in the description as always. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is go and grab this template along with your supplies. So I have started this already. Started putting these together, and there's nothing that I've done so far that you don't already know how to do or that I haven't covered in other videos. So I've already started embellishing, and I'll show you how I've done the embellishments, and then we'll put this together and finish it up. On the knickers, this little embellishment right here is just a piece of paper that has been edged with a scalloped edge scissor, and then I folded it over. I used a stylus to crease it down the middle, and I just folded it over like this. So I already have a piece that I've prepared that I'm going to wrap around this other side, and it is right here. And basically all you're going to do is just wrap your trimming around like this, glue it into place, and then open this out just a little bit like that. And it gives it kind of a ruffly look because this is so small we can't actually really put a ruffle on there. I mean, you can make this bigger and go ahead and do that, but sometimes it's just better to use a few simple tools to get the look of the effect that you're going after, and that works perfectly fine. So once I get this glued on, I can make a few little strategic cuts and just flip this up. And if you want to glue it, put a little glue up here, that's fine to do too. And I can just flip this up a little bit as well. And then we've got a lacy looking pair of little bloomers. Isn't that cute? And then once you've got these how you like them, I'm just going to show you. Aren't these cute? They open up and everything. And that's how we want them to be. Got this little plastic dowel that I can use to open these up a little more. And then basically this just slides up underneath your corset, and you can go ahead and glue it. In fact, I think I'll do that now. So what I did here to get this little embellishment is, it's just a very thin strip of pleated paper, and I'm going to do the same along here and along the back. And basically it's just taking an 1/8 of an inch strip of paper that looks like this, and I'm going to fold one side of it away from me just to make a little fold, and then I'm just going to start pleating just like this. And just go slowly. Take your time. And I have something that looks like this, a little zigzag. So I'm going to continue along the entire length because I'll probably need this entire length. And keep in mind that when you're pleating paper to go around the perimeter of something, you're going to need at least two possibly even 3 times the length in order to go all the way around. So once you've got your little strip pleated, then you can just manipulate around. Here's what mine looks like with the trim on. And where I started in the middle. So I started right here at this edge, and then just, it's very, very easy to manipulate this around this corner here because you've got pleated paper. And then down, up and around. And now, we really don't have much else to do except for to add a couple of ribbons. And I've got some right here. So, one in the center, so you don't have to worry too much about those ends meeting because you'll be putting something in the middle. Rather like this, you know, just a little bow. For the most part, we are done with this. What we can do is just add a little bit of glitter to maybe this top ruffle up here, you know, just some sprays of glitter. This would just be some quick little swooshes, just to give it a little bling. And the other side too. Whatever you do to one side, you should probably do to the other. Gives it some consistency. So I went ahead and edged the bottom of this too, and this is how this looks. Isn't that cute? I love this. I think it's adorable. So then you just slip your little hanger in. And we've got our little vintage corset. There's a couple things that you might find useful, and that is that this brocade pattern is just a free image I found on the internet, and you can find a black and white tile of this brocade pattern on my blog. I will leave a link in the posting on my blog for this tutorial. So there will be a little bit of manipulation. I don't know how you want to use this or how big you want to make it or even what color, so I just left it as the original black and white tile. I thought I would show you how to make these little bows because I think that if you're tying bows, even the smallest bow is a little bit too big, and these are maybe borderline too big, but they work. They work for this. So I'm going to show you how to do these so you can make your own in whatever color you want. I did not buy these. So what you're going to need is 1/8 of an inch ribbon and some little tiny faux pearls to put in the center of this. So you're going to want some 1/8 of an inch ribbon in whatever color you want, and I've just cut this from this tip to this tip. It's almost 1.5 inches. It's not quite 1.5. Then you're going to fold it over, and I like mine angled, you know, this way and this way and this way. I like it angled in a V. So then you're just going to put a little glue in the center up here and pinch it together. So once you pinch it together, it should look something like this. Now I'm using Fabri-Tac to glue my ribbon. This is great stuff, wonderful, awesome stuff. It's like hot glue, only without the heat. So now to make this loop, we're going to cut another piece of ribbon, and you just want to trim off so that your end is straight across, and you'll measure out about 1.5 inches and cut it straight across again. So So now I've got this tiny ribbon. I'll add glue to just a little tiny square, about that much. And then I'm just going to take and fold it over. And once you've got it glued, you've got something that looks like this. So now what we're going to do is we want to glue the center, so you want to make sure that your glued end is in the center of this. And then you're just going to add glue to the middle and then slightly twist it. So it'll be easier once you add the glue to twist that. So I'm just going to open this up to where my two ends meet and apply glue there. I told you it gets tricky. I'm just going to fold over and then just twist just slightly. Then you end up with something that looks like this, just a little teeny tiny twisty, which gives it the effect that it's been tied, even though it really hasn't been. But it's cute. We like it. This is just a little glass pearl that came in a strand. So I'm not going to try and glue the pearl itself. I'm going to glue this. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the center of this. And take my pearl and plunk it right in the center. Like this. I'm all over the place with this camera. And then you can, if you want to, you can add a little bit of extra glue and sort of scrunch it inside these two loops. Having a hard time staying. And then you can sort of smush the loops together to puff out the loops a little bit. I like that. This. Now take this piece of your ribbon and add the glue there. Always add the glue to the parts that are going to be easiest to add it to. Then you're just going to plunk this right on top. You have this ultra cute little bow that you can use on your corset project. Stunning, isn't it? So that about wraps it up for the paper wardrobe project for February. This absolutely mouth-watering confection here. I love it. Absolutely adorable, if I do say so myself. And I do. So, if you do make this, I would love to see what you create with the templates that I have given you. So feel free to leave a comment on my blog with a link to where I can get a peek of that. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.